Hello my dedicated friends and viewers. I'm going to be posting a video on home channel today. You know, that's my favorite place because here I'm the boss. I don't have to listen to anyone else's crap. Just kidding. So guys, we need to have a little bit of a discussion before we get into this. And that is, folks, I've been changing my commentary style recently. And for those of you that watch TGN, which is the majority of you, you know that. I've been more, how do I put this, energetic, more up to speed in the game. You know, my head is concentrated entirely on what's going on, and I've had the time and energy to go into more humor-based things because, let's face it, when I do post commentaries, I'm not concentrating on my gameplay, I'm concentrating on the commentary, period. There's a couple reasons for that, guys. I know that I'm pretty much the only person I'm aware of that does live Battleground commentaries, and I know it's super authentic, it's great, but I've been thinking about it a lot recently and pretty much decided that I'm pretty much done with that for the most part because it doesn't do me any justice to be doing live commentaries when it really drastically affects my gameplay, and I can really just chill out and be super analytical in a post commentary the way I have been in Battleground Tactics and such in the past. I know that's probably not what some of you want to hear, but ultimately, guys, it's my decision, and I think it's best if you just give it some time, because take for example, this would be considered a Battleground Tactics. I'm not going to name it one because it's not a full Battleground, but I am going to be able to go in depth to the strategy I'm using from the get-go. I mean, every step of the way, I know what's going on. In fact, I can tell you from a more educated standpoint because I've already played the Battleground. I know what happens. I know what my strategy was, and I think in the end it's going to be a lot more educational. It's just the manner in which I commentate will vary depending on the objective of the video. So the ones I've been doing recently haven't been entirely serious. They've been aimed more towards entertainment, whereas the Battleground Tactics stuff have historically been pretty much strictly entertainment. So let's get right into it. I'm going to show you about 12 minutes of an Arathi base, or excuse me, Alterac Valley. Why am I not going to show the whole thing? Because it was one of those ones where the other team turtles, and it's just boring as hell after a certain point. So I'm going to avoid that and just get show you the good stuff, what's really strategic. So let's get right into it, guys. Okay, so here we go. We're just in the starting gates. I just use a stampeding roar right there. That's because I like to get in front of the pack, get on my mount ASAP. Just one of my egotistical things. Well, I don't know why I like to be in the front. I'm just kidding. I do have an ego, though. A lot of you have pointed that out, and I'm cool with it, man. I mean, I keep it in check in my videos. So for those of you that tell me that, you're not telling me anything I don't know. Don't know why I'm bringing that up. Anyways, guys, I have been doing some arena lately. So I believe I've gotten 2 pieces of vicious gear since I last did a PvP video on this channel. That's because I'm getting a lot of flack from people telling me, "Oh yeah, Hangus, you don't know anything about arenas," and to an extent, that's true. I mean, I've done arenas a lot in the past. It's just that I don't find them interesting at all. So if I'm going to make educational videos, I have to be able to keep up to speed in the latest stuff, and also I gotta have the best gear to keep up with some of the opponents out there. So that's why I'm doing it, guys. And I'm starting to enjoy it. Here's actually my arena partner behind me there, the Rogue. He knows to follow me around because we just do Battlegrounds together sometimes. It's great practice. So my usual deal, I don't like to run straight in and try to kill Galvanar or any of that. I like to pick off stragglers here because it ultimately does affect their army size. But more importantly, I like to defend the towers right off the start here. You can see there's a few Horde players running by. I'm going to head into that tower. If you can take them out one by one, or maybe 2 at a time, you don't have to worry about them grouping up inside the towers. So oftentimes they'll just run straight through and try to get to the flag, which gives you the opportunity to really get a head start. So me and my rogue buddy doing some crazy burst damage on that Blood Death Knight, I believe that's what it was. He was pretty resilient. And so I come up here and I notice that the paladin that run ahead and ran through actually got encountered by some of these NPCs and allowed them to do some pretty significant damage. They actually do a lot of damage, guys. The NPCs, ooh, some nice bursts there. in Alteric Valley these days, scaled up to level 85, they're very weak. They're very easy to kill, but they do a lot of DPS. So I know that tower is safe, and I'm just going to take down this mage because, again, you want to prevent the other team from being able to group up a lot. And it's also always great, try to get some 1v1s in there. That was pretty funny there. The mage blinked straight into my rogue partner and then got opened on, expressing the humor a little bit there in the chat. And so I know the towers are relatively safe. I can keep an eye on things in this position. So I'm really just scoping things out. I'm staying in the area and defending the graveyard up there, as well as the 2 towers in close proximity. And I think at this point in the game, I'm spotting someone. Yeah, I'm seeing some combat over there in the tower that I just left. Excuse me, I don't know the names of these towers. I should probably learn them, but check this out. This is pretty sweet. So something I believe only a Pharaoh can do, perhaps a rogue can shadow step, but you can go ahead and charge straight up into the tower there as long as he's in your line of sight. Some nice burst damage with the Ravage and the Feral Bite on that guy. The same Blood Death Knight, actually. He seems to be one for strategy, trying to capture that flag. But I did not realize that the NPCs in these towers are actually a force to be reckoned with. Obviously made apparent by those 2 players getting damaged significantly by them. So the Paladin comes back. It's a Ret Paladin, I believe, with some PvE gear on. Gotta be careful with those guys sometimes. Rets can deal some really scary burst damage. And there we go. Nothing me and my partner can't handle. I spoke with him beforehand because I like to get my killing blows, and he thinks he's funny trying to steal my killing blows all the time. So there's a little competition between us going on. I think I save my combo points for ferocious bites every now and then. Oh, by the way, with this new whole leveling with fans project on my server, I got like 200 fans in the guild now, and it's starting to distract me, so I moved my guild chat to a different window, so that's no longer a problem. Here we go, opening up on looks to be a Shadow Priest, and even getting some pain suppression by the disc there. But my partner, I just mow him down, and I'm sticking on this disc priest while my partner heads up there and tries to help out that other alliance player. And I just actually used my berserk on this priest. We'll see if I just landed a strong ferocious bite as well as a well-timed skull bash. But on my minimap I can spot there are 2 incoming reinforcements. So I use a cyclone combined with a shadow meld and just prowl to save myself from those 2 guys. But I can't pass up the opportunity to take down that priest because I can probably take these 2 guys out as long as they don't have a healer. And I did handily finish her off there with a pounce, and one of the guys ran off. So now it's a 3v1 actually. Tables turned quite quickly there, and I want to make sure that reinforcements can't spawn while we're in the middle of capturing this graveyard and just ruin our plans. So I tried to capture that flag, but the Paladin bubbled and got to me. So here we go, some more reinforcements coming in. It looks like a 3v2 now. Now it's a 4v2. I'm trying to burn down this demo warlock because I can't allow her to go demo form and just unload on me. But it's too late. She already did. So I switched to this Paladin, and there we go. This is a little scary situation. I'm not sure if I die here. My partner stayed back there, probably using his defensive cooldowns. I realize there's no way I can win that fight. And I just make an escape here. That Blood Death Knight is still trying to get to me with his... Actually, there has to be a Frost Death Knight because his Chains of Ice is rooting me, but barely surviving there. Even those hot ticks saved my life from the diseases that would have finished me off. I think he counted on the fact that those diseases would kill me, not knowing that ferals can actually heal. Look at that. Healing touch crit for almost 19,000. With my gear going up in item level, I'm getting more and more agility, and your heals subsequently become a lot more potent through the talent Nurturing Instinct, which changes all of your 70% of your agility into spell power for healing. So it's a very, as the agility goes up through the acquisition of trinkets like Unneeded Warning, you become a much more effective defensive player as well as the offense. So valuable for ferals. It needs to be kept in check, I believe. I mean, if you just stack straight agility, your heals are pretty scary. But again, you can't compromise agility for resilience and things like that. Certainly nowhere in the vicinity of being as OP as Recuperate, but it's very strong. So I did manage to take that graveyard very handily, pretty lucky there. And this warlock, demo warlock, comes in to try to save it, and the feral tries to capture it there. But I'm not going to allow that to happen. So I build up my combo points on this demo warlock. I don't think I got a 5-point rip. Yeah, I did. And then I use my predator swiftness to CC that feral druid, so I can focus down this warlock. A little bit of latency seems to be going on here as I'm mangling there. Ooh, my partner comes in after his res. He did go down when I made that escape. And I'm just going to try to burn down this feral. Should not be a problem at all. There goes the 5-point rip. And he goes bear farm, tries to save himself. But that's not going to happen. Too much damage for him. And yeah, guys, that was pretty much, I single-handedly saved that graveyard for the Alliance, as well as keeping an eye on 2 towers. There is a tower, the one closer to our base is under the control of the Horde, but there's too many Hordes down there, I know that. So I'm going to wait for them to move and then possibly go back and see about taking it. But for right now, I see there's a large battle going on in this tower, but I can tell pretty easily right off the bat there that the Alliance is very heavily favored there, so I'm not going to waste my time fighting in that battle. I'm going to go back and make sure that things are kept in check over here by the graveyard, and possibly defending that tower. Actually just burned there. Oh, I see these 2 players and I vanish real quick. They could have definitely taken me down, but they're not interested in that. They actually spawned from that graveyard, so it has been taken, I believe. Or no, it's probably gray right now. But anyways, guys, the strategy I wanted to display to you is a lot of people, when they play Alterac Valley, they just head straight into the opponent's main base and just kind of camp towers with a bunch of other players. It's not entirely necessary to do that, and your efforts can be much better used defending home towers or preventing the Horde from spawning so close to your other towers, which the towers it really play an integral role in the victory of Alterac Valley. I mean, you can't really Zerg anymore. And I tell my partner here to vanish because I see there's reinforcements incoming. We did take out those 2 players handily, and we need to take this graveyard back. I actually got broken out of my my stealth there by that Death Knight. And I'm not going to waste my time with combating these guys for too long, because if that graveyard is captured, then reinforcements will start flooding into the area, and I'll no longer be able to maintain this course of defending this area. So this Death Knight's doing some pretty scary damage to me. I use my defensive bear cooldowns, and I believe there goes the Nature's Grass. Yeah. Oh, but he breaks out of it somehow, and I decided to pursue on him because my partner finished off that other guy, and I'm getting a little bit of heals there from, looks to be a Shadow Priest. And so we are going to take this graveyard back. So it makes defending this area a lot easier. And once you have established a good foundation here, you got your reinforcements streaming in from your side of the base. Little efforts like the one that my partner and I just put forth can actually heavily influence the outcome of the battle in the end. Now, this did turn out to be a clashing of armies for the rest of the battleground, which isn't all that interesting because that is highly dependent on heals, and it's almost like smashing 2 raid teams together and with resilience. It's not very entertaining to watch. So I know that part is coming. I know that the battleground standing is pretty much where it's going to be at the end of the match. So I just take down as many stragglers as I can. I got to make my way over to their side of the base, and I know the long battle's coming. We did end up winning this one. It did take the full duration. The Horde team ran out of reinforcements. But that, guys, is basically slow pushing strategies, staying with your healers, and using your defense to your best advantage. I spent most of the fight in bear form thereafter, so I decided not to show it. But I hope you guys really enjoyed that. That was some great display of strategy in Alterac Valley. And let me know what you think of this new style of commentary. I really do appreciate your feedback. And we will see you guys in the next video. I hope you enjoyed. Bye-bye. Have a great day.